had a mandate to find young, groundbreaking researchers that had no government funding, no avenue to prove anything they wanted to do, and that's how we got born. And as our past beloved trustee Tom Todd used to say, Madam Curie in a closet. That's what we were looking for. So you cut to 25 years later, and thanks to your continued support and encouragement and interest, the Campbell Foundation has now given out over $11 million in funding, with more than 9.9 going to HIV research in the laboratory, and more than 1.2 going to these end-of-year direct support to organizations that serve those living with HIV and AIDS in our community every day and their children. A full list of grantees that we've ever given, either research or end of year, is available on our website, which is campbellfoundation.net, under grant history. But if you break it down to how many people have actually been affected, and it's really hard after 25 years, but since 1995, we funded 165 clinical laboratory research projects. If each project has a minimum of 4 scientists or lab personnel working on it, that's at the minimum 660 individuals that have been able to dedicate themselves to their studies and get us closer to a cure for HIV and AIDS. Most of the studies that we get have way more than that. So I would feel it's safe to round up to 1,000, and Dr. Stevenson could correct me if I'm wrong, but between the postdocs, the assistants, the admin personnel, the principal investigator, we've allowed those people to, again, have an avenue of funding that they might not have had otherwise. Those people that our money is so ground floor seed funding to prove some data that they get to the door of the bigger funders. So we have a link on our website called Publish Research, so you can see what they went on. And again, every person that's been in a human trial, anyone that's sitting in this room that's benefiting off medications and therapies that were developed inside the laboratory, no matter what the condition, it's because of scientific research of the kind that Richard had in mind and that we're fulfilling till this day. Some are standing next to you, sitting next to you right now. We've given out 360 end-of-year holiday hub grants to our community partners. Again, those are nonprofits in the neighborhood. It used to be throughout the country, but since the new infections are here in South Florida, we just kind of circled the wagons. A lot of them are repeat awardees, but if you extrapolate the number of grants out to the literally hundreds and thousands of people that are served by SunServe and Latina Salute and Children's Diagnostic and Treatment Center and Tuesday's Angels, we're talking really hundreds and thousands of people that have been assisted by Campbell funds that go with for medication, housing and land, white assistance, legal aid programs, food pantry items, employment placement, educational opportunities, bus passes, HIV testing and outreach, substance abuse, mental health counseling, and all other goods and services that people need with assistance in their daily lives. People here, again, they take care of families that for years since the baby was born, regardless of financial need, see everything that they have. If a mother knocks over a liquid medication and they're only covered for that, these end-of-year grants step in, those emergency grants. They're unrestricted, use as you see fit. You know what you need more than we do. We've also given 7 emergency relief grants in times of crisis in the last 25 years. The first one was to help relocate a daycare center with HIV-positive children in New York following 9/11, whose building was evacuated. We funded organizations that serve underserved areas with those living with HIV and AIDS following natural disasters like tornadoes and horrible flooding and hurricanes. And we were able to act quickly thanks to our board of directors and our trustee that understand help's needed now, not a few days from now, not a few months from now. And so while the red tape and the government bureaucracies were being negotiated, we were able to directly wire funds straight into those accounts in their time of need. Thanks to your support again, that was really possible. In 48 hours, they got the money. So the work continues, as you will hear from our brilliant, dynamic guest speaker, Dr. Mary Stevenson, who's back for our repeat performance in just a minute. We have made incredible strides, and although HIV and AIDS is no longer a death sentence, if you live in a place where you can access treatment and medication and stay in the continuum of care, stigma is ever present, and new infections are rising right here in South Florida, in a place where we have all these resources and outreach. So you can, again, think out to areas that people live around the country and the world, but that's not the case. I'm more than amazed, and I was 31 when my journey began here. That's this little foundation when I had jet black hair. But I'm 56 now, and the work remains as vital as ever. I humbly thank each and every one of our sponsors, corporate and private, our friends, our grantees, our community partners, those who secured the cool raffle prizes, my incredibly loyal and loving family and friends that come and show up every time and help no matter what. Thank you. So our first rebuild meeting and our board members who get it, and our pro bono peer review board members who review every scientific grant for free. I cannot tell you how much, not just the money they save, but the input that they give. Even the grants that we deny, we have researchers tell us, no one's ever given us this kind of feedback. Thank you so much. At least it's not just a no on a postcard. You're telling us what we need to strengthen our study, again, to make it safe if there's human people and, a human trial involved. They're rock stars. A special shout out to our VIP volunteer team that helped us get ready for this, as well as Art Sir, our photographer tonight, Stephen Lang, and our fantastic caterer, Martha Clements, who gave us a cutlery on
You're here.
I'm proud and honored to be associated with the little foundation that could for 25 years, and I know that Richard and our past trustees, Tom Todd and John Hine, would be over the moon. Thank you very much. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce our guest speaker who, again, he came last year out of the goodness of his heart, and he's supposed to have 10 minutes and it turned into a half an hour because with this Scottish brogue, you could listen to him read a phone book. And he knows how to talk to people that don't work in a laboratory. And I recently went down to Miami to a conference on HIV persistence to meet a peer review board member that was presenting. And all I could understand was he invented